What's up guys, it's Celeste, and if you follow me on Instagram or if you watched my 2016 in review video, then you know that I raise monarch butterflies. I did it for the first time last summer, and then over the winter they kind of go away, and then this is the first time now that I have had some caterpillars to raise, and so I have my first few monarch butterflies that have eclosed. That's what it's called when they come out of the chrysalis. And I had 2 females yesterday and then 3 more females today. This is the second one that eclosed today, and as you can see, she is very beautiful. See if I can get her to, here we go. I know it's probably not exactly in focus there, but you can still see how pretty she is. But I'm gonna put her back now. She's not quite ready to be released. It takes them a few hours to finish pumping up their wings and drying off and everything. But she's not going to fly away right now. That's why I'm able to hold her. But in a couple hours, she will be ready to be released and hopefully help start the next generation. So I wanted to show you that just because it's cool, but also because yesterday, which was April 15th, was my 1 month on tea date. And so this video is going to be about whatever effects that I've noticed since then, and so I thought it was kind of fitting that I had some butterflies, which obviously are pretty symbolic of transformation and transition and everything like that, to eclose on my 1 month tea date. So I thought that was pretty fitting. So I'm going to kind of go through a list of effects that I've either been looking for or have actually noticed since I started taking tea. Just as a little bit of background real quick, in case you haven't seen my last few videos, I am taking a low dose of testosterone. I'm taking 25 milligrams per week, and the reason for that is because I do not want all of the effects of tea, and so I'm trying to go slow with my dosage so that I can have a little bit more control over that. So the main effect that I do want from tea is for my voice to drop. And that is like the one thing that I actually have noticed a little bit. I don't know if you're actually going to be able to hear it in the video or not. But when I'm actually talking, I feel like it sounds a little bit lower to me. And it also feels a little bit different. It feels a little bit more resonant when I'm talking. And Jason has actually noticed it too. He actually noticed it before I did. I think it was like the first week or something he noticed it. And I couldn't really hear it. But I have noticed more recently that I can actually like hear it and feel it as I'm talking. When I listen back to audio clips that I've taken of myself, it's a lot less noticeable to me. So that's one reason why I'm not sure if it's actually going to be audible on this video or not. I don't know if it's because it sounds different in real life than it does on a recording, or what. I mean, it kind of makes sense that it would sound different to me on the audio versus me talking like live, like how I hear myself when I'm talking. But when I'm just listening to 2 audio recordings of myself back to back, it seems like if there were a big difference, I would be able to tell, but I don't know. But I definitely feel like there is somewhat of a difference there, even if not a very large one. I haven't noticed a big difference in my body as far as like muscle and fat redistribution. I actually have been gaining a significant amount of weight. Even before I started taking tea, over the last year, I've been kind of steadily gaining weight, which I'm really not happy about. And I haven't really figured out why that is, because there's not really much in my life that I'm doing differently. So I don't know. I mean, I've been working out, and I definitely don't think that the weight I've gained is all like muscle or anything like that. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. It's really kind of upsetting, but because of that, it's a little bit hard for me to tell what differences in my body from the last month are from the tea and what are from just me gaining weight. I haven't really noticed a big difference in like how it feels to work out, like a big surge in stamina or anything like that. I will say that I seem to be more able now to somewhat do push-ups. I can't really do like real push-ups still very much at all. Like maybe I can do 1 or 2. But like even like a couple of months ago, like maybe even a month ago, I couldn't even really do like knee push-ups very well. Like I could maybe do 1 of those, and I definitely couldn't do any real push-ups. So there is definitely a difference there, but I don't know if that's really from the tea or if it's from me working out harder and trying to target those areas, because it really kind of bothers me that I can't or that I couldn't. So I don't know, that's one thing that I'm not 100% sure, but maybe it's had an effect on that. I have broken out a little bit on my face, mostly in the usual area which I tend to break out in, which is around my jawline and my chin, and then a little bit around my mouth. I haven't broken out very much. I'm not sure how noticeable it is on this video because of the light. You probably can see a little bit here, but it's not really too bad right now. I also have gotten a little bit on my chest, just like a tiny bit on my chest. That's also not really at a point where it's like really bad or anything. But in the past, when I've gotten acne on my chest or my back, it's never been really bad. Like, it's never been like a huge area or anything, but it has been kind of painful. And it's usually just happened when I tend to be broken out on my face as well. So it makes me a little bit concerned that I'm sort of like going back in that direction after like finally getting my skin cleared for the first time in a long time, or pretty clear. So, I mean, I kind of expected that that might happen, and I don't know that it's going to get much worse. Maybe it won't, because I am using a lot of topicals that I was not using before that seem to be helping on my face at least, and maybe I won't be on tea long enough for it to matter that much anyway, but that is something that I've noticed, and I'm pretty certain that that is related to taking tea. Haven't really noticed much in the way of facial and body hair differences, which is good because that is the main thing that I definitely don't want. I already have a lot of hair actually on my face. It's just that it's so light and fine that you can't really see it most of the time, or it just kind of looks like a little bit of fuzz. So it doesn't really bother me like how it is because it's not really that visible. But if that started to like fill out, I would not like that. So thankfully I haven't noticed anything as far as that's concerned. As far as like bottom growth or downstairs growth or whatever you want to call it, haven't really noticed any difference there either, which is good, or not good, but just fine. I don't really care one way or the other on that. And I haven't really noticed much difference in my libido, which already is pretty low. It kind of fluctuates actually. I don't really know what is like considered a high libido or anything, so I don't know how much it fluctuates, but there definitely are times when I have one and then other times when I don't really. But at any rate, I haven't noticed it like spiking since I started taking tea or anything like that. And then kind of the final thing is my mood and emotions and stuff like that, which I also really haven't noticed a big difference in. The main thing that I've heard, well, there are two things that I've heard from other people that have taken tea. One is that it can make you, I don't know if detached is the right word, but it kind of makes you feel like you're a little bit separate from your emotions, more so than when you're kind of estrogen dominant. And I heard a lot of people say that they can't cry anymore, like even they almost feel like they want to cry, but they can't. And I haven't noticed that. I've had a pretty stable mood for the last few months anyway, for the most part. And the things, like the times when I haven't, it's been from some external thing. It's not just like arbitrary, like random mood swings. But the things that I have had, the external factors, I definitely have not been detached from my emotions on. I kind of wish that I could, but I am definitely not able to do that right now. And I did cry at least once. I cried this past week because of that stuff. I don't think I really cried before that for a while, like maybe a few months or something, I don't know. But again, I don't think that's really from the tea either way. I think that's just sometimes like stuff happens in life and you have to deal with it. But then the other thing that I've heard people say is that their mood, either like they have a better mood or that they get more depressed. And I haven't really noticed that either way either. I definitely haven't noticed a big like increase in mood. Again, it's a little hard to tell because I have some stuff going on in my life that has been like, some part of it is like making me feel a lot better about myself, and then like keeps like re-triggering me, and then I don't feel good about myself or my life. So there's a lot of stuff that's kind of affecting things. It's a little bit hard to there's a lot of variables that it's kind of hard to kind of separate out my natural mood state from all this stuff that's kind of triggering me. But I mean, I have felt a little bit more down recently, but I think that's mostly from this external stuff and then also from how I feel about my body right now, which is not good. So I don't think that that's really the tea. I think that it's just life stuff. So I think that about covers it. If you have any questions, as always, you can leave a comment below or send me a message. And hopefully this was helpful to you, especially if you're interested in taking low-dose tea, if you're non-binary, or if you just don't necessarily want to get all the effects, or you just want to go slow and so you don't want to just jump into everything. Hopefully this will give you some idea of like what could possibly happen for you on 1 month of low-dose testosterone. Even though I haven't noticed too many changes at this point, I feel like I've noticed kind of like the beginnings of some, like my voice and unfortunately the acne and stuff. So I know that there's like stuff happening in my body right now from the tea. So I kind of feel like I'm at least on kind of a trajectory of like things are going to be happening probably within the next month or two. But I mean, I wanted to go slow, so this is fine. This is good. Sometimes I do feel a little bit impatient about it. Like I just want to like get through this and like kind of get to the effects and stuff, but I know that this is better. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more of my future content. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.